The fall of the Galactic Republic was a meticulously crafted tragedy, a symphony of deception conducted by a single patient Sith Lord. But every symphony relies on each instrument playing its part. What if one crucial note, the unwavering integrity of Obi-Wan Kenobi, sounded a discordant chime of darkness instead? It began not on a lava river or a Geonosian arena, but in the molten core of a Theed generator complex. The death of Qui-Gon Jinn was a seismic shock to his young Padawan, but in this shattered reality, the aftershock took a different form. As Obi-Wan Kenobi faced the nightmare of a Sith warrior, his grief did not harden into resolve. It curdled into a furious, righteous rage. A voice, ancient and cold, a whisper on the currents of the dark side left by a long-dead Sith, coiled into his mind. It fed him a potent lie. Your passion is not your failure, it is your strength, their rules, their serenity, their weakness. It got him killed. When he struck down Darth Maul, it was not a clean kill. It was an act of brutal, vengeful fury. He returned to the Jedi Council not as a grieving hero, but as a changed man, his spirit scoured by a fire they could all feel. When the Council refused to train the boy Anakin, citing his fear and their own caution, Obi-Wan didn't hear wisdom. He heard the cowardice his new inner voice had promised him. He openly defied them, his words laced with a contempt that stunned the room. Cast out, he took the boy and vanished into the Outer Rim, a rogue knight with a child of immense power as his apprentice. Their exile led them to the shrouded, blood-red planet of Dathomir, a place strong with the magics of the dark side. There, they were found by Mother Talzin, leader of the Night Sisters. She saw in Obi-Wan a vessel of potent anger, and in Anakin a conduit of unimaginable power. Under her twisted tutelage, the two outcasts learned to channel their pain and fear not into the calm of the Force, but into raw, ritualistic dark magic. For a decade, they became legends whispered in terror across the Rim, the Wraiths of Dathomir. Obi-Wan, now calling himself Ben, the Wraith King, shed the last remnants of his Jedi past. His strategic genius remained, but it was now directed by a cold, ruthless calculus. Anakin grew into a terrifying warrior, his connection to the Force laced with Night Sister sorcery, his lightsaber blazing with a blade of pure black energy. They believed they were bringing a stronger, more honest order to the lawless worlds of the galaxy, their rule enforced by fear and overwhelming power. When the Clone Wars erupted, they became the most dangerous wild card in the galaxy. Chancellor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, watched them with fury and fascination. His perfect apprentice had been stolen and corrupted into something unrecognizable. He tried to manipulate them, hiring them for deniable Black Ops missions, hoping to lure Anakin away. The Jedi Council, meanwhile, was forced to act. They formed a special task force, the Shadow Song Battalion, led by a grim Mace Windu and a seasoned Ahsoka Tano, whose path never crossed with Anakin's in this timeline. Their sole mission: hunt down the fallen Kenobi and his apprentice. The galaxy descended into a tripartite war, the conventional battle between Republic and Separatists, and two shadow wars, the Jedi hunting the Wraiths and the Separatists, under orders from a furious Dooku, trying to eliminate them. The conflict reached a fever pitch at the Battle of Christophsis. As the Republic forces faltered against the Separatist droid army, the Wraiths descended not as saviors, but as conquerors, intent on claiming the planet's resources for themselves. The battle devolved into a chaotic three-way fight, with Jedi, droids, and dark side mercenaries clashing in the streets. Amidst the chaos, Senator Padme Amidala, who had never stopped loving the man Anakin might have been, embarked on a secret mission to Dathomir. She confronted Obi-Wan, appealing to the ghost of the man he once was. He was chillingly cold, mocking her idealism. But Anakin, seeing her, felt a tremor in the foundation of his dark devotion, a flicker of a life not lived, that Obi-Wan swiftly and brutally stamped out. Sidious, realizing he could not control this variable, decided to eliminate it. He and Dooku launched a full-scale assault on Dathomir. The planet became a battleground. Night Sisters fought beside Wraiths against separatist droids and the newly arrived Shadow Song Battalion. It was in this maelstrom that Yoda, having meditated on the ancient world of Mortis, arrived. He had discovered the truth. Obi-Wan was not merely fallen. He was possessed, his mind shackled by the spirit of a Sith of old. Yoda's mission was not to kill his former pupil, but to free him. The final confrontation took place in the heart of the Night Sister fortress. As Mace Windu dueled a gleeful Sidious and clones clashed with droids, Yoda found his moment. While Obi-Wan was distracted by the spectacle of the two masters fighting, Yoda began an ancient ritual of banishment. The ancient Sith spirit was torn from Obi-Wan's mind. The veil of darkness lifted. For the first time in a decade, Obi-Wan Kenobi was truly himself. He looked at the black lightsaber in his hand, at the powerful, rage-filled man Anakin had become, and was utterly horrified by the monument of his own failure. His redemption was swift and final. Seeing Mace Windu about to fall to Sidious's lightning, Obi-Wan threw himself between them. He absorbed the lethal blast, his body failing as the light within him fought its last fight. With his dying breath, he looked at Anakin, his eyes clear for the first time in years. "I am sorry, my apprentice," he gasped. "I have failed you twice, once by falling, and now by leaving you alone in the darkness." The shock of his master's death, a death of sacrifice, not rage, struck Anakin like a physical blow. The battle ended. A wounded Sidious, seeing his opportunity lost, retreated into the shadows with Dooku. The Jedi were left victorious, but shattered on the surface of a dark side world, surrounded by the dead. The galaxy was saved from immediate Sith rule, but it was a poisoned victory. The Republic was weakened, the Jedi Order was traumatized and diminished, and somewhere in the unknown regions, Anakin Skywalker, masterless, unmoored from both Jedi and Sith, vanished. He was now the most powerful Force-sensitive in the galaxy, a rogue god of the dark side, shaped by betrayal, sorcery, and a love that had curdled into an endless, lonely rage. The future was no longer written. It was a void, waiting to be filled by whatever monster or savior might emerge from the shadows he now called home.